with Boat Test, and today I'm aboard Aquila's new 46 Coupe. This is the flagship for their Coupe line, and this is a sporty, efficient cruising yacht. What makes it that is there's a full carbon foil between the hulls, a double-stepped hull, and it comes standard with twin 600s. Today we're going to take the boat out and we're going to see just how those somewhat revolutionary designs that are implemented into this cruising boat, we're going to see how it makes this boat special. Our test boat has a length overall of 47 foot 4 inches, a beam of 17 foot 11 inches, and drafts 3 foot 9 inches. Test weight was estimated at 34,217 pounds with 30% of the 616 gallon fuel capacity on board and 3 passengers. The wind was blowing around 5 to 10 knots and the sea state was just under 1 foot. The temperature was 76 degrees with 68% humidity. The boat was powered by twin 600 horsepower Mercury V12s turning Mercury RevX props. As we're creeping up on our speed, we get to about 20 miles an hour. I'm gonna start trimming up because I start with the motors trimmed down. Now we're at 20. I'm gonna pop the trim up to about 4%. And you'll feel the boat lift up out of the water as that foil activates. You can definitely tell the drag is reduced on the boat. When that foil is activated, it just kind of comes up higher than this boat would, of course, without the foil. And as we get up higher in speed, we're at about 35 miles an hour now. I'm gonna bring that trim up to about 12%. That's where this boat likes to run. At least that's what I'm told, and it feels pretty good at 12% to me. Right now, I'm at 5,000 RPMs. We're running 38 miles an hour and climbing. I'm gonna see if I can find the best cruise speed. Let's say it's about 40 miles an hour. Right now we're going 42. I'm backing off a little bit. Our total fuel flow right now is 57.2 gallons per hour, and our econ is about 0.7 statute miles per gallon. That's pretty good on a 46-foot cat, a cruising cat. You're hauling around a lot of luxury here, and you're doing it efficiently. That's one of the advantages of having this hull and, of course, the foil between the hulls. We found the top speed to be at 6,150 RPM, where the boat went 51 miles an hour. Best cruise was at 5,000 RPM, where we recorded 39.8 miles an hour, getting 0.7 miles per gallon, giving the boat a range of about 404 miles with a 10% fuel reserve. On our whole shot tests, the boat reached 10 miles an hour in 4.2 seconds, 20 miles an hour in 12.7, and 0 to 30 was 23.2 seconds. We're gonna make a couple hard turns here, and as I make this turn to starboard, I'm gonna see if the boat falls off the foil, but you're not really gonna find that in this boat. So I come hard to starboard, and the boat does not come off foil. We're still holding our speed pretty good. Of course, it's gonna drop down in speed to some extent. The hulls are still always in the water. There's nowhere to really fall to. And as the boat turns, it's not catching, it's not grabbing, it's not uncomfortable. You know, you're not throwing your guests around. Sometimes in cats, you'll find a bit of bow steer, but even as we've had the seas coming on our beam or even a bit off our forward quarter, the boat tracks straight. Kind of describe it as a controlled slide. You know, you can feel the boat sliding, but it's not too much. It's just enough to, you still have the comfort when you're turning, so it's not catching, but you're not sliding so much that you don't know where the boat's going. You have complete control over the boat the entire time. All right, let's go pull up behind this island over here. We can get this thing shallow, drop the anchor, and we'll go over through some of the other performance features on the boat. From now we're nestled in here, dropped our anchor. We'll go into a little more details about the Helm Station. First I want to mention, over on the starboard side is this window. It's easy to open up and it provides some good ventilation when you're running. But I think more importantly is whenever we were leaving the dock, I was able to easily communicate with my mate as we were dropping lines and coming off the dock. The center line of the operator, there's a compass, and there's 2 Raymarine screens, and you can see there's 4 different AC vents. There's also a remote control that controls all the blinds in the salon and the cabin to drop them up and down. There's 3 cup holders on the dash, which corresponds with the 3 helm seats, all complete with bolsters, and these can be electrically moved fore and aft to get them just right wherever you need them. Also, there's controls up here for the spotlight on the hardtop and a zip wake system that this boat is option for, but we haven't found a need for them yet today. The boat runs just fine without it. You have your C-zone screen for all of your controls, all the details and all the workings of the boat can be controlled through here. Windshield wiper switch, and just below there, there's 2 push buttons. One is for the sunroof, just overhead, and then for the windlass, so I can control that as we're coming into anchor and dropping or raising the anchor. You can see there's a screen on the center of the steering wheel, and there's paddles on the back side. Well, on the back side of the paddles, there are buttons. So what we can do is we can program this screen to have certain controls that are turned on and off with a button. Whether I want to put my autopilot on there, radio up and down, turn lights on, whatever. These can all be custom programmed to do what the owner wants them to do. Down below, there's VHF radio within easy reach of the operator. I like seeing that. Off to my right are the Mercury controls and a wireless induction charger for your cellular device. And then you have your joystick. This is where you're going to control your autopilot, or maybe coming into some tight docking scenarios. This is very handy because this boat is equipped with a bow thruster, which is integrated into the joystick, but you can also control it independently with the bow thruster controls over on the far right. A couple little comfort features I want to mention are the grab rail right here. I guess that's more safety, but comfort-wise, was going to be this footrest down below. So if I want to sit up on the bolster, get a little higher vantage point, I can do so comfortably. Being as we're at anchor, let's go forward and let's check out that anchor locker. As we go forward, I don't want to miss this electrical distribution panel. Essentially, you have your controls for your AC distribution and your DC panel with breakers, and also your Fisher Panda generator controls. Now let's go check out that anchor locker. The anchor locker is centerline all the way forward, and I like how the anchor is tucked underneath the bow, so it's not protruding out, and it's kind of tucked in there and concealed a bit. So you can see there's a horizontal windlass in here, which is good because it kind of feeds the anchor down into the well where all the road stays, so it's less likely to get tangled. There's also a wired remote here for the windlass, so you can control it from the bow as well as the helm. As you can see, there's storage lockers, both port and starboard on the bow, and in the starboard locker, there is a washdown hose for the anchor, so if you anchor somewhere muddy and it's got a little mud on it, you can get her clean. Now, let's make our way aft. This boat has 2 main mechanical spaces, and they can be accessed in the cockpit. Now you can see the hatch here to go down into the mechanical space, but you can also see there's a larger cutout. Well, that's if you have inboards in this boat and you need to gain a lot of access to them, you can remove that section of the deck. Let's take a look at what's down in here. So coming down, we can see that this mechanical space isn't empty. It has supplies, it's already been stocked. This is a new owner's boat and they're getting it ready for some cruising. I like seeing a boat set up like this, or I like inspecting a boat like this more so because you can see how things fit in it. So I think this is a valuable thing. So behind me, we can see as I came down, you have this rail here, which is kind of a grab handle and a ladder all together. But looking around us, we have a few different things in here, like the black water tank, a lot of electrical components back behind here, plenty of electrical things. We can see everything is in looms. All the hoses that I see right now are double clamp, which is a good thing to see. Forward in this compartment is the freshwater tank and the hot water heater. Now over on the port side, I would take you over there, but currently the generator is running, which is what's powering our air conditioning and everything else on the boat right now. But it's a diesel generator, so you're also going to find a diesel tank over there, which is a good thing because diesel runs a little more efficiently and has a little better of a safety factor over a gas generator. Also down here is a sea chest system. That's a good thing on any boat, but especially a boat with a foil, as this keeps constant pressure to all of your raw water intakes. Let's get out of here and back to the transom where the power is. You know, as I was climbing out of here, I looked behind me and there's a hydraulic pump. Well, luckily, Aquila labels pretty much everything on this boat so you know what it is when you see it. And it says hydraulic pump station for the crane system. And that's where we're going next, luckily, because on the transom of this boat, not only do we have the 2 big 600s, but there is a Davit system back there that's pretty unique. Let's go check it out. At the transom, of course, the engines are going to catch your eye, but myself, when I first saw this boat, I looked at this and I thought, what is that? Well, that's a hydraulic davit we'll get into in a moment. But first, this boat is powered by twin 600 B12 Mercuries. That's a lot of power. And one of the benefits of having these back here, other than it pushing the boat to 50 miles an hour, is that these cowlings are going to be stationary, so that allowed Aquila to design in a larger swim platform. And something I definitely want to mention that makes running this boat easier is these Mercuries are equipped with a reverso flush system to make flushing that salt water out of your system a lot easier. Now let's dig into this Benzoni hydraulic davit. Down on the swim platform, there are 4 mounts where you can secure chocks for a Sea-Doo Spark or a small tender, and that can be deployed with a davit, enjoyed, have some good times, and then easily bring it back on board. Thanks for coming along on our performance test of Aquila's new 46 Coupe.
Be sure to watch our full feature on the Aquila 46. There's so much more to see inside and out.
I'm Captain Trip with Boat Test, and remember, life's better on a boat.